Mai Kako, a Komamaida Curtain Call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Artists see better than others. They transform things such as urinals and dinnerware into objects for contemplation, understanding, and growth. They lead us to new, greater, and deeper understanding of who we are, how we feel, and what we know and do not. They ask us to stop, look, and think. The annual solo show at the Noʻeau Visual Arts Center does that and more. This annual exhibition is a statewide call to artists to envision, plan, produce, and install a cohesive body of work for a professional gallery setting. The two artists chosen this year are Michelle Schwengel-Regala and Jane Mount. Ms. Schwengel-Regala is an Oahu-based field biologist and an artist. In her early career, she was a science and medical illustrator. Currently, she is artist-in-residence at the Bishop Museum in Honolulu. In her show, In Finite Loop, she is concerned with endangered species. Since Hawaii has more endangered species than anywhere, 7 of the 13 species in her exhibit are native or endemic to Hawaii, and more specifically to Maui. But don't expect to see photos, paintings, or drawings like in Malama Valakua show. Ms. Schwengel-Regala is portraying the creatures in 3D knitted fiber Mobius images representing their size and coloration. A Mobius is a surface with only one side and only one boundary component. The Mobius strip has the mathematical property of having no beginning and no end. It was discovered independently by German mathematicians August Ferdinand Mobius and Johann Benedict Listing in 1858. Along with the Mobius, Ms. Schwengel-Regala has created drawings of the sounds of these species using spectrograms, a visual representation of sound mapping time, frequency, pitch, and amplitude loudness through intensity. I have never seen anything like this in any art gallery or museum. It occurred to me that it might be instructive for the viewer to hear what Ms. Schwengel-Regala has drawn. Each representation will be accompanied by a recording of that bird's song. Ms. Schwengel-Regala is particularly concerned with the alala, the Hawaiian crow, which was extinct in the wild, but there were some in captivity, so some of these were propagated and recently released into the wild, where they seem to be doing well. This Mobius is wool, linen, and silk, and here is the silver sonogram. The viewer will have to look closely at this representation of the bird's song. It's black on black. Next to it is an ululu, or Nihoa miller bird. The Mobius is wool and acrylic, and this is the spectrogram of its song. Over the mantel is the spectrogram of the Opea apea, the Hawaiian hoary bat. Now the bat doesn't have a song we can hear. It uses high-pitched echolocation, but through the miracle of science, this is what it sounds like. Beneath the mantle is the Mobius camel, wool, silk, mohair, acrylic, and nylon. This is the Mobius of the Oahu, the Hawaiian petrel, and here is its spectrogram drawing. The endemic kiwikiu, or Maui parrotbill, is one of the most endangered species. Its Mobius is wool, silk, mohair, and here is what its sounds look like. The final one I want to share with you is the Mobius of the akohe-kohe, or crested honeycreeper, of cashmere, wool, and mohair, and this is its spectrogram. Ms. Schwengel-Regala has several others that are not from Hawaii and are not birds. Her vision in presenting these creatures in such a unique manner may cause the viewer, as it did this reviewer, to look more closely at these species. Her skill, both with her knit Mobius, which capture the visual sequence of the birds from beak to tail, and the complex, perfectly rendered spectrogram drawings, is undeniable and quite exceptional. In the rear gallery, Maui artist Jane Mountain's Particles presents a series of textile collages on linen and one mobile. Quote, interpreting how we are all part of the larger universe and connected within it, yet we only experience what our current tools allow us, unquote. When one enters the gallery, there is this lovely mobile. Don't look for a label. I was told this was, quote, divine inspiration, unquote, created by Ms. Mount during the installation of her work. Ms. Mount uses original and found textiles and hand sews them on linen into storytelling collages. This is anima. The word is derived from the Latin for soul or breath and can represent emotional depth and creativity. All of what appear to be eyes are connected to this one near the center of the piece. Here we see more eyes in Kaim. Kaim most commonly refers to the silent and vengeful protagonist of the Drakengard video game series. It also refers to a Celtic Christian encircling prayer for protection or a demon in demonology. You can take your pick. In Paradox, she shows us a kitty that looks like it is on the floor. Then above it are faces of two cats as meteors. This work has a clear outer space theme, but then there's the pyramid and the kitty on the floor. Its name definitely fits. This is biota. The title refers to the animal or plant life of a particular region. I'm not sure what region she is depicting, but the work is rife with animal life and mysterious eyes. Here we see the outline of a person floating in space filled with planets and what may be a robot. The title is Stardust. Aurora is derived from the Latin for dawn and the Roman goddess of sunrise. It also means daybreak and symbolizes renewal. In this work, there are what appear to be skull-faced balloons floating above these colorful kites. Then there are what could be mountains along with the sun and the daylight sky perhaps, and a series of what look like stones are scattered in a line across the work, and there is that eye near the center, and another one that appears to be faded and perhaps shedding tears. I will leave it to the viewer to find their own meaning in Ms. Mount's mind-bogglingly complex and fascinating work. There's a symmetry between the two galleries and artists. Congratulations to the Hui for bringing them together in this fine show. I urge you to visit the Hui Noʻeau Visual Arts Center in Makawao Tuesday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. before May 15th. On April 18th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., Ms. Schwengel-Regala will conduct a walkthrough of her show. Contact the Hui Noʻeau Visual Arts Center for more information. I know we are all concerned about the current state of affairs, and there is much pessimism abroad. In 2004, professional big wave surfer Ian Walsh started the Menehune Mayhem Surf Competition for Maui youth 15 and younger. There is no money involved in this competition, and it will take place in May. Mr. Walsh also believes access to and engagement in the arts benefit children in all aspects of their education and social-emotional well-being, ultimately leading to greater academic success as well as emotional benefits. The arts can be a powerful and creative tool for inspiring social change in areas such as increasing awareness about environmental issues and promoting healthy lifestyles. To that end, his foundation teamed up with the Hui to sponsor the Menehune Mayhem Keiki art exhibit for 3 to 12-year-olds. Maui youth were asked to create 8x10 works in markers, crayons, colored pencils, and/or watercolors with the themes of surf, sun, and family fun. It was only on display from April 3rd to the 10th, but I want to show you some of the pieces that struck me and injected me with a sense of optimism. This is 3-year-old Izzy Maffei's. I've often said that the use of a pencil is the real test of an artist. Here is a pencil sketch by 9-year-old Cora de Castro. Another 9-year-old Melania Bugai. Look at the layers of color and the tone on the wave. Ava Andrade, a 10-year-old, totally realized the exhibit theme with excellence. Here is an exceptional watercolor by 8-year-old Lola Moon Casing. Can you believe this artist is 5 years old? Axel Kaditz, keep your eye out for him. This is special. And finally, another excellent watercolor seascape by 10-year-old Kahaili Boone Lyon. Look at the depth of the work and the mature use of color. Like I said, these give one a real sense of optimism. Mahalo, Mr. Walsh, for caring about our keiki. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo nui loa for joining me. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Ahui ho.